Instructor Krell had trained thousands of soldiers across dozens of species, but he'd never seen anything like this. The human cadet stood barely 5 feet tall, dwarfed by every other species in the Galactic Military Academy. Riley Martinez looked like a strong breeze might knock her over. Her assigned combat partner, however, was something else entirely. Vex was a Crothian, 8 feet of scaled muscle, razor-sharp claws, and a jaw that could crush steel. His species had dominated their homeworld's food chain for millions of years. They were territorial, aggressive, and notoriously difficult to work with. Most cadets requested transfers rather than partner with a Crothian. Yet here was Vex, positioned exactly one step behind the tiny human, his predatory eyes tracking every movement in the training facility. When another cadet stepped too close, Vex's throat rumble made the entire room go quiet. "Cadet Vex," Krell barked. "Fall back to standard formation." Vex didn't move. His tail coiled protectively, and his eyes never left Riley. "It's okay," Riley said softly, touching Vex's scale forearm. "We're safe here." Immediately, Vex relaxed and stepped back, but his gaze continued scanning for threats. Krell had seen this pattern for 3 weeks now. During combat drills, Vex fought with calculated precision, never flashy, always positioning himself between Riley and danger. In the mess hall, he sat where he could watch all entrances. During tactical simulations, he deferred to Riley's strategies without question, executing her plans with devastating efficiency. The other instructors called it a malfunction. Crothians didn't protect, they dominated. They certainly didn't take orders from prey-sized aliens. After class, Krell found Riley in the training yard. Vex sat nearby, pretending to clean his claws while obviously monitoring her. "Cadet Martinez," Krell began. "I need to understand." Riley looked up from her datapad. "He's my partner, sir. We work well together. He guards you like your royalty. He defers to your judgment. He positions himself as your protector, not your equal." Krell's mandibles clicked with confusion. "You're the smallest being in this academy. By every biological metric, you should be his prey. Instead, he treats you like his alpha." Riley smiled, that peculiar human expression. "Permission to speak freely, sir?" "Granted." Vex doesn't see size. He sees competence. She gestured at her datapad, where tactical simulations played. "First day of training, we ran the Korvax scenario. Everyone else tried to outmuscle the problem. I found the weak point in their defense grid and had Vex strike there. We completed the mission in half the expected time." "Strategy over strength," Krell murmured. "After that, I made sure he ate first in the mess. Checked his gear before missions. Listen when he warned me about dangers I couldn't see." Riley glanced at Vex, who was watching her with those intense predator eyes. "Humans understand pack dynamics, sir. It's not about being the biggest or strongest. It's about trust." Krell observed as Riley stood and walked toward the barracks. Vex immediately fell in a step beside her. Not behind, not ahead, but beside. His massive form moved with careful precision, adjusting his stride to match hers. When a group of larger cadets approached from the opposite direction, Vex's shoulder shifted slightly, creating a barrier without Riley even noticing. The other cadets gave them wide berth. That night, Krell reviewed the training footage again. In every scenario, the pattern held. Riley identified threats and opportunities. Vex executed with absolute trust. Together, they'd topped every combat simulation, outperformed teams of much larger species, and never once competed for dominance. The human hadn't conquered the apex predator. She'd done something far more effective. She'd earned his loyalty. In his report to the Academy Council, Krell wrote, "Recommend immediate advancement for Martinez Vex unit. The human has accomplished what we thought impossible. She's turned the galaxy's most dangerous predator into its most devoted guardian. Not through force, but through respect." At the bottom, he added a personal note. "Humanity doesn't defeat apex predators. They make allies of them." Terrifying implication for future warfare.